Hello, everyone. Today it has been an incredibly crazy day, and I haven't yet gone live this week on this page, so I thought I was going to share with you a little bit about what's been happening and like the real talk. Like, hey, Megan. I want to talk real talk about how stuff is happening. And when I say stuff, I mean shit. Really inconvenient things happen in our lives, and we have two ways to look at things. So I want to share a sequence of very unopportune events that have happened to me in the past month. And I want to share this because I know that things are happening all the time for everyone. And as I've shared recently in a post, I know that I often talk about the positive things, and I'm usually focused on positive, and I get that. And I know that life isn't perfect and things are happening all the time. So I'm going to start with today, what happened to me. So today, it was day 2 of filming a bunch of videos that I am making for new ads. And it's going to be a video that's who is Dr. Nikki Starr? And it was literally 8 hours or more of filming each day. And yesterday I was filming, and I was feeling so tired at the end of the day. And then this morning I woke up and I was so tired, and I was like, oh no, am I getting burnt out? Am I doing too much? Because I really have been focusing on my work and my mission. And even now I am tired, but I have this commitment that I go live, and I'm going to share about that in a moment too. So I wake up and I'm okay, I'm going to dance. So I dance and I have breakfast, and I'm getting myself in the vibe. I put my makeup on, and I'm ready. And I went live on my Instagram page today, and I was in the vibes. I was feeling so good. And just at the end of that live, I started feeling some cramps. And I was like, did I get my period? And normally I have my breasts are sore. I have PMS symptoms, and I didn't this month. I was just a little bit moody this week, and I was so moody I almost canceled the shoot. I was I'm not going to do the shoot, And there were parts of me that were feeling impatient with things. And usually I'm like that the week before I start my cycle. So then I go to the restroom, and I'm oh my gosh, I got my period, and usually I do my best to take off. So now on a day where I need to show up on camera and look my best and have the best energy, my first day of my period, I'm the most tired. I can't even use my brain. So of course, I'm literally late to meet everyone, and I'm oh my God, this is so not ideal. I want to just crawl into bed. I don't want to go and be on camera and walk around and travel all around LA. That's the last thing I actually wanted to do. But here I am. I paid already. I paid the videographer, and today's the photo shoot. So I'm a resilient woman, and I'm okay, here we go. And mind you, this is a shoot today that's going to last in the history books of my business, of my career, because this video we're making is going to go everywhere. So I just have to suck it up, And I go out to the garage, and I'm oh my God, why is the rug wet? I have a welcome rug when you're coming from my garage into my house, and it's wet, and I'm what's wet? I look under my car, there's a puddle, so I think oh my God, my car must have leaked water. No. I look, and the water heater is literally like a faucet pouring out water onto the floor of my garage. There's all things that are getting wet. I'm oh my God, what is this? Today of all days, my water heater breaks. It goes bad. Labor Day weekend, who's going to find a plumber? So I call my landlord, and I'm hey, this is what's happening. And he's telling me, shut off the water from the house. And I don't know where that is. So I'm looking all around, can't find it. The videographer's waiting for me. I'm late. I ring the neighbor's doorbell. Hey, do you know where the water is for the house? And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, does your husband know? She's like, he's sleeping. So she goes, wakes up her husband. He has no idea where the water is. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I go to the other neighbor. He comes outside the house. He's wearing his underwear. He's like, can I help you? I'm like, hey, it's an emergency. And the water is leaking all over my garage. And there's no drain. And it's like puddling. It's like puddles in the garage. And he's like, let me come up and help. Because I was like, I think I need to shut off the water to the house. He's like, let me come up to help you. So he comes to the house and he's like, thank goodness, he's like a farmer guy. And he like knows, like a handyman guy. And he's like, oh, you don't need to shut off the water. He's like, this 80-gallon hot water here you have here, all the water is draining out because it went bad. And basically that's just what it does. And I was like, great. So he like shows me what to take pictures of to send to the landlord. And I'm like, okay, great, wonderful. So I send all the pictures to the landlord and he's like, I don't know if we're going to find a plumber. So I'm like, listen, I have to leave. So I leave all my garage doors open because I have a 2-car garage. I leave the garage doors open. I lock the gate. I leave one of the doors open. I'm like, oh my goodness. And mind you, I'm like stressing. I'm overwhelmed. I like don't know what I'm doing. And I just like need to leave. And thankfully the guy like rigs the hose. So I leave and I'm like, okay, well, I need to leave. I have an appointment. So I go to shoot and we're like shooting out in the Palisades. Like we're kind of doing a city shoot, you know? And then we decide to go do a hike and find some oak trees, like old oak trees. And it is like the desert. It's like a heat wave in the valley. So now it's like so hot. It's the first day of my moon cycle, but I am a warrior. I'm like, I am doing this. So I'm there in the sun with these beautiful trees. We have beautiful shots of that. Then we go to the top of this other spot and we are like and there's like so much wind and I got that shot. And then we go back to my house to do the ocean shot. And the winds are so strong and the water is cold. And I'm like, I don't think I can get in the water. Like, I'm like battling the elements today. And this is the day that I'm meant to rest. All women, public service announcement, all women, it's best to rest on the first day of your cycle. Because I also get like period brain where I don't remember anything and I don't know where I am. It's like, don't ask me to like remember what I'm even saying. It's like the day, like even now I'm like rambling a little because it's the day that my brain works the least, you know? So one of the hardest days today, but it was so beautiful because I got so much done. Like I could have been in a bad mood all day. I could have been like, oh my God, what the heck? But I didn't, right? Like I went with it. And that's what I mean by the title of this video. When shit goes down and it's the most inconvenient time, you could be like, well, this is what happens. This is life. And keep going. Or you could give up and you can just decide, you know what? I don't want to do this, or I'm going to be in a bad mood. And for me, that wasn't an option because my essence was being on camera, you know? And that's happened to me multiple times in this past month. Like even when I first moved into the house, it's like, yes, I manifested another dream Malibu home. They're replacing the refrigerator to give me a brand new refrigerator. They pull it out. Guess what? There's mold in the back. So the second week I moved in here, I had to go to a hotel. So inconvenient. It was such a busy day for work. I had like 3 super busy days and literally I had to like repack my things, go to a hotel, still do all my things that, you know, and so many times I think that people are like, oh, this thing happened. Now I need to cancel everything. I can't show up because this challenging thing is happening in my life. And that's not true. That's only true if you say it needs to be true. So over the years, what I've learned is like, I've had so much crap happen, like so much. And especially when I was like a nomad living like all over between Italy and LA, same thing, like so much, travel takes so much energy. Of course I chose that, but it's like it was having to be resilient through challenging moments that I think today has helped with my success, has helped with me to expand my business, has helped me get to new heights and next levels. It's because of resilience. It's about showing up in challenging times. It's about not giving up when there's like a hiccup in the road. It's like, all right, let me just find a new way. Let me just find another way. And that's kind of the message that I wanted to share today, of like, inconvenient things are happening all the time, but that's part of life. And it's just how we look at them. So it's that saying of like, when life gives you lemons, do you make lemonade, or are you like, ooh, it's too sour, I don't want any, you know? And even like I'm going live, this is the thing I wanted to share too, is like sometimes we make mistakes too and we're not perfect. So like I've been going live every single day since June 15th. And on Wednesday, I had like a full day and I got home and it was late and I realized, I was like, oh my God, I didn't go live. Or maybe it was Thursday. I can't remember what day it was. But there was a day that it was Thursday. I was like out the whole day. I got home. I was so tired. I went to sleep. I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I forgot to go live, you know? And then I think Friday a similar thing happened. And I ended up having a client session that I had forgotten about, and then like a healing session right after that. So it was like I showed up perfectly on time. It pops up in my calendar, but I didn't plan my live. So I was like, I need to take care of myself. And I was like, I will do double lives on Saturday and Sunday. And that's what I did. Yesterday I did my YouTube and I did my Dr. Nikki Star page while I was filming. Actually, it was fun. And so you can go there and watch that. It was like a short one, but Kyle was in it while he was filming me. And then today I did my Instagram this morning and then now here. So I found another way to still honor my truth, that I like go live on all of my social media pages once a week, basically. And it's been a beautiful, beautiful thing. Hi, Casey. So yeah, I really invite you, like, even to share like what challenging things are happening in your life right now, and how can you, or even think about it, how can you shift out of like victim mentality to find a solution or to find a way that it can serve you. And that's what I've been playing with lately. Yeah, so yeah, it's been beautiful to just, I think with personal development, that's when you put your personal development skills to the test. Like, this is happening. How am I gonna respond? So Casey writes that he's a follower since Utopia days. That's awesome. I've been noticing there's a lot of people who have stayed with me since Utopia. For those of you who may or may not know, in 2014, I was a participant, a pioneer, you can call it, on a show called Utopia on Fox. And it was about creating a new society. And it was very hard. That was another thing, like, I wanted to quit. So I was, we were sad, but we were also happy when it was canceled. It was really hard. But that was another thing, like, you make a commitment to show up for like a social experiment like that. And that was a huge test in resilience through so many challenges, physical challenges, human challenges, relationship dynamic challenges. And I felt like that was training, actually, to go through that. And it's just beautiful to see that some people are still following me from that time. And one of my clients actually found me on Utopia. And so even to this day, like, I still receive clients from the time when I was on there. So I love that. That's kind of part of why I come on here. I know that media is a platform to inspire people, to awaken consciousness, to spark hope in people. And that's why I show up, because I know that just in sharing my life and my journey, that people can receive from that. And I love that. So with that, I'm super excited to go to sleep tonight. I'm going to just I'm going to drink some water and then I'm just going to go to sleep. I'm so excited. I worked really hard today and yesterday, and tomorrow I have a full day of clients as well. And so I'm just so happy that I was still able to have an awesome shoot day. I hope and I trust. Oh yeah, so I was just gonna say, so Megan asked, did you get the water heater fixed? Well, not really. So I got home and I thought that the plumber would have arrived and no one had come. So I have no hot water tonight. But that's okay, because I'm just gonna wash my face with cold water, and I trust that. And I didn't go in the ocean at the photo shoot because I didn't want to be cold without taking a hot shower tonight. So I hope that the plumber will come first thing in the morning, and that's, I hope. So I'll let you know. Hopefully next week when I'm live on here in a few days, you'll see, and hopefully I'll have a hot water heater. But until then, I will just enjoy energetic showers. I will take an energy shower. It's actually a real thing. But for the physical dirt, I will just use water to take off my makeup. So yeah, thanks for asking. That's really sweet. So with that, I send you love and good night, and I will see you here soon. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.